In an uncertain and dangerous world, what kind of compensation would make a person choose an occupation in the United States Air Force, which could result in certain death? What's it worth to you? There are a large number of benefits and reasons to enlist in the Air Force, but I'll only be talking about 3 of them today. There are a multitude of educational benefits that you can have by enlisting in the Air Force. There are also financial benefits that are unmatched, and personal benefits, and the satisfaction you can have is amazing. Now that I've told you about some of the benefits, I'd like to delve into the educational benefits a little deeper. There are many educational benefits that you can utilize when you join the Air Force. First one I would like to talk about is the Montgomery GI Bill. That is a free service that the Air Force provides for you. You can use it when you get out of the military, and it'll pay you up to $1,321 a month to go to college full-time for 36 months. Now you can use this up to 10 years after your last day of active duty. And you can use this to pay your tuition, or you can use it as a paycheck while you're going to school and use other programs to pay for your tuition. Now another free service that all members get in the Air Force is called tuition assistance. With this program, you can get college classes paid up to 100%, up to a maximum of $250 per credit hour while you're serving on active duty. Now, although you get classes paid at 100%, there is a yearly cap of $4,500. There are very few jobs that give you that much money or even give you money to go to college. Now, the last program I'd like to talk about is the Scholarships for Outstanding Airmen to ROTC, or Reserve Officer Training Corps. Now, this program is difficult to get into as there are only 54 allocations a year in the Air Force. Now, with this program, students get $15,000 a year for tuition and $510 a year for textbooks. Now, they also get a non-taxable monthly stipend of $200 to $400. Now, these are just a few of the educational benefits, and I would now like to share some of the financial benefits available to you. The financial benefits of the Air Force are unmatched. Your military paychecks are guaranteed. In the uncertain economy within the civilian sector, it's nice to know that you'll always get a paycheck. I don't think the government is going to be going out of business anytime soon. Now, the amount of pay you receive in the Air Force is nice, contrary to popular belief. You gain 4 pay raises in the first 3 years you are enlisted in the Air Force. And another financial benefit you get in the Air Force is called the Thrift Savings Program. The Thrift Savings Program is the equivalent of a civilian 401k. Now, you're able to put in as much of your paycheck as you want every month. Now, it is a gamble, so you can make a lot of money or you can lose a lot of money, like any other investment, but it can supplement your retirement. The final financial benefit I'd like to talk about is your actual retirement pay. How many jobs do you know where you can only put in 20 years of service and retire? At 20 years of service, you're able to retire at 50% of your paycheck a year. And that's, or every month, and that's for the rest of your life. With 30 years, you can rake in a cool 75%. So let's say an 89 Chief Master Sergeant retires at 30 years this year. He will be paid $4,668.53 every month for the rest of his life. Sounds pretty convincing to me. Now, financial benefits are always great in a career, but I would like to tell you about another important benefit. Personal benefits and satisfaction you get in the Air Force are amazing. One of them is the ability to see the world. We are the only Air Force in the world that has personnel in over 60 countries around the world. Now, depending on what job you have will depend on how many of the countries you're able to go and see. For example, I'm a flight engineer on the C-130 aircraft. In the last 2 years, I have seen more than 20 countries, and in the next month, I'm going to see 8 more that I haven't seen yet. Another personal benefit you get is when you're overseas, you can meet celebrities. Many celebrities do free shows through the USO, and they're only to troops overseas. Now, some of a few that I've met are Robin Williams, Gary Sinise, Toby Keith, Trace Adkins, and a few foreign political figures. You also have a chance to meet many politicians, including the President of the United States of America, who makes many appearances overseas. The final thing I'd like to talk about is the satisfaction you can have in the Air Force. The camaraderie in the Air Force is very tight. We all have the same purpose, and that is to protect the interests of the United States of America. Think about the satisfaction you can have knowing that what you're doing is keeping the American people free of terrorism and keeping a democracy intact. I can think of no greater satisfaction that I have experienced in my job than when I was able to transport 4 critically wounded soldiers, 2 of whom were near death, out of the combat zone to facilities that could provide the medical care that they needed to live. Now, as you can see, the pride of being an Air Force member is very high, and I hope you can see that. In my opinion, there is no better career than serving in the military. There are numerous educational benefits, of which I've only named a few. There are great financial benefits that are available as well. Now, one of the most important benefits to me, though, is the personal gain and satisfaction you get when you serve your country. And I hope that the info I've given you today will at least open your eyes to some of the great things that you can get by enlisting in the Air Force, and maybe even some of you will enlist in the Air Force. Thank you.